A live look at the White House as earlier today the Supreme Court issued a major blow against President Donald Trump's tariffs. Thank you for staying with us here at 4:30. I'm Kirsten Joyce.
And I'm Brian Loftus. Now the justices agreed on the decision. It was 6-3, saying the president needs authorization from Congress to exercise those tariffs. President Trump responded to the ruling, had a long press conference, a lot of Q&A, called it a disgrace. Just hours after the ruling, the president said he'll continue his policy by collecting new global tariffs under a different statute. It's very specific.
Today I will sign an order to impose a 10% global tariff under Section 122 over and above our normal tariffs already being charged.
The Supreme Court did not address whether or how companies who collectively paid billions to the United States in tariffs can now possibly get their money refunded. They don't know if that will happen or not. President Trump said it could take years to litigate if any refunds will happen.
And this major ruling is reshaping national trade policy, and small businesses here in Las Vegas say they, of course, are watching this very closely.
Yeah, 8 News Now reporter Nick Summer spoke with a Las Vegas flower shop that's dealing with this uncertain time.
That this has been more of a pressure on businesses around America. And unfortunately, we have to work this out.
Richard Villa, owner of Our Dream Wholesale Flowers, reacting to the ruling.
This is a shock to me right now because I haven't been on the news watching everything that's happening. But yeah, I think everybody's going to have a different outlook.
He, along with other florists, were forced to absorb costs or pass 10 to 25% price increases onto customers, but may now see a stabilization in prices. He says flowers are a time-sensitive business.
You're not quite sure how much to order. Unfortunately, you're going to end up taking a gamble, and sometimes you have to toss flowers out.
Nearly all the flowers you see here were grown overseas, so when tariffs increase, that added cost doesn't just stop here. It makes its way to local florists and even customers.
If we have to continue adding and more costs to people, it's going to be difficult for people. It's going to be difficult for people even to have an event in Las Vegas.
Many of the flowers sold in the U.S. are grown in countries like Colombia and Ecuador before being shipped here. For Villa, it's about keeping a small business competitive in a city built on celebrations. But beyond the dollars, Villa says the bigger issue is skepticism.
I don't want to get political, but the uncertainty that we're living, we don't even know how to be able to survive or live. We're afraid to buy, afraid to spend. Don't be afraid to spend.
Economists say while the Supreme Court's ruling may ease some tariff-related costs over time, it could take months before businesses, consumers see any noticeable price changes.